We are now into proportion and mixture. Proportion and mixture is like a sub-topic in ratio and rates, or the two topics are similar to themselves. They cannot do without themselves. So I want to start that topic with this question that says that 3 children divided 1,050 naira between themselves in the ratio of 6:7:8. 6 for one of the children, 7 for the other one, 8 for the third. They will have to find the value of the greatest share. When a number is shared in a ratio, that's one thing I want you to get sunk into your brain. The sum of that ratio is a representation of whatever is shared in that ratio. Let me repeat myself. The sum of the ratio should be a representation, or should be equal to whatever that is shared in that ratio. Like as we have here now, 1,050 naira was shared among the 3 children in the ratio of 6:7:8. What I want to drive at is that 6 plus 7 plus 8, whatever it might give you, is a representation of 1,050 naira that was shared. If that is the case, that means sum of ratio is 6 plus 7 will give us 13, and 13 plus 8 will give us 21. So sum of ratio is 21. Now if you want to get the fraction of each and every of the 3 children, what you are going to do is begin to use these figures in the ratio and divide them by the sum of the ratio, which represents the money that was shared, and multiply it by the money that was shared. You will get what each and every one of them had. And at the end of the day, if you add what you have got from each and every one of them, you will get the total sum that was shared. That's exactly what we're going to do now. The person that is represented by 6 from the ratio, the share he or she got will be 6 divided by sum of ratio, which is 21, times the sum that was shared, 1050 all over 1. Whatever you get here is in naira. That is the portion of the person that is represented by 6. The next person is 7 all over 21 times 1050 all over 1. This will be the share of the second person, and it will also be in naira. The third person is going to be 8 divided by sum of ratio, which is 21, times the sum that was shared, which is 1,050 naira all over 1. Whatever you get here is also in naira. Then if you add whatever you get here to what you get here, to what you get here, you will get the amount that was shared. So let's do our calculation. The first person there is going to be 6 times 1050. It's giving us 6,300, then divided by 21. We are getting 300 for the first person. Plus, let's see the amount the second person got. 7 times 1050. It's giving us 7,350 divided by 21. This one is giving us 350 plus the third person 8 times 1050 is giving us 8,400. Then divided by 21 is giving us 400. If you add this to this and to this, you get 1,050 naira. Let's check. 300 plus 350 plus 400, 1,050 naira. Now the question asks, find the value of the greatest share. If you look into this place, you will know the one that is the greatest share and what is represented, what is representing it. You can find out that the greatest share is 400, and 400 was represented by 8 in the ratio. That means the greatest share is 400 naira. And that has brought us to the end of question number 1 in our proportion and mixture. Question number 2 says, in a lottery exercise, 2,884,500 naira was divided between the first, second, and third lucky winners in the ratio of 4:3:2 respectively. 4:2:3:2 respectively means 4 for the first winner, 3 for the second winner, and 2 for the third lucky winner. And the question says we should calculate the amount due for the third winner. The amount due for the third winner is the representation from the ratio of the third winner divided by the sum of the ratio on which the amount, the sum, was shared among the 3 winners, times that amount that was shared. Let me repeat myself. The amount that will be due for the third winner is going to be the portion of the ratio that is representing the third winner, which is 2, divided by the sum of the ratio times the sum that is being shared in that ratio to the 3 winners. That is going to give us 2 all over. Sum of ratio is 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. All over 9 times the sum that was shared for them, 2,884,500. 2,884,500. All over 1. If you do this mathematics, it will give you the amount that was due for the third winner. So let's multiply. 2 times 2,884,500 is giving us this value divided by 9. This is giving us 641,000 naira. 1, 2, 3. 641,000 naira is what is due for the third winner if 2,884,500 was shared among them in the ratio of 4:3:2, and 2 is representing the third winner. This is question number 3. Please, I would like you to pay serious attention to this question, because this question is highly technical. The question says that 90,000 naira was shared to James, John, and Luke, such that Luke's share is 3/8 of John's share, and John's share is twice James' share. We should find how much that is due for Luke. 90,000 shared between James, John, and Luke, such that Luke's share is 3/8 of John's share, and John's share is twice James' share. Find the amount that is due for Luke. If you have this kind of a thing, the way you begin is try to use letters to represent the shares due for the three people. So that is why we are going to start by saying, let James' share be represented with X, and let John's share be represented with Y, and let Luke, the last, be represented with Z. If this is the case, that means the share of James plus the share of John plus the share of Luke is equal to the 90,000 naira that was shared. So that will bring us to the concept that X plus Y plus Z is equal to 90,000. This is the first concept. Now get into the question now. The question says that Luke's share is 3/8 of John's share. Luke's share, which is Z, Z is equal to 3/8 of John's share. John's share is Y. And leave it end there. Then John's share, which is Y, is equal to twice James' share. Let's say 2 of X. 2 of X. Now, the next thing you do now is try to unify X, Y, Z in terms of a particular of them. In this case, let's unify X, Y, Z in terms of X, so that we only have only X to deal with, so that we can find the value of both the X and the other ones. What do I mean by that? Now look at this. Z is 3/8 of Y, and Y is 2 of X. In this place now, it's trying to tell us that Y is equal to 2X, and Z is equal to 3/8 of 2X. Pay attention to this. 3/8 of Y, and the Y is 2X. 2X. That means Z is 3/8 of Y, which is 2X. That was why I wrote Z is 3/8 of X. And now, James, what is remaining now is James' share, which is X. Now, instead of writing X plus Y plus Z is equal to 90,000, we're going to write X, which is James' share, plus, instead of Y, 2X, because Y is equal to 2X. 2X plus, instead of Z, we're going to write 3/8 of 2X, which means 3/8 times 2X, which will give us 6X/8. is now equal to the amount that was shared among them. From here now we can find x. And if you can find x, you can find the value of y and z. Now let's go. What this means is x over 1 plus 2x all over 1 plus 6x all over 8 is equal to this. So find the LCM. 118 LCM is 8. 1 divided 8 is 8 times x will give you 8x. Plus 1 divided 8 is 8 times 2x will give you 16x. Plus 8 divided 8 is 1 times 6x will give you 6x. It's now equal to 90,000. Now let's add. 6 plus 16 is going to give you 22. Now 22 plus 8 will give you 30. So we have 30x all over 8 is equal to 90,000 all over 1. You can cross multiply here. This CM means cross multiplication. You're going to have 30x times 1 will give you 30x. Is that going to be equal to 90,000 times 8? 720,000. If 3x is equal to 720,000, that means only x dividing both sides by 30 is going to be, the camera is warning me because of space. I just pray that this, what I wrote now, entered. 720,000 divided by 30 is giving me 24,000. That is x. Now, if x is 24,000, we can now find z and y. But the one we are going to find is how much that is due for Luke. And Luke's adventure is z. And if you come to this place, z is 3 over 8 of 2x. That means we are looking at, let's read this space, 3 over 8 times 2 times, I'm talking of 2x now. X is 24,000. Then 2 of it is 2 times 24,000. So whatever we get in this mathematics answers that our question. So we're going to have 3 times 2, which is 6, times 24,000. It's giving us 144,000 divided by 8. It's giving us 18,000 naira. That means 18,000 naira is due for Z, Luke. And is due, yes, is due for Luke. And that has answered the question number 3. Question number 4 says, assuming A is to B is to C is equal to 5 is to 2 is to 3. Find the value of A minus 2B all over 3B minus C. A is to B is to C is the same thing as 5 is to 2 is to 3. There is a sense behind it. That means the value of A in this is the value of 5. B and 2 have the same value. C and 3 have the same value. So if that is the case, we are going to transform the values of A, B, C in this ratio to the value they are occupying in 5 is to 2 is to 3. From there, we will now substitute those values in this concept and get the value of this concept. What I mean is this. A is going to be equal to 5 divided by sum of the ratio, which is 5 plus 2, 7 plus 3, 10. B on its own is also going to be equal to 2 divided by sum of ratio, which is 2 all over 10. Likewise, C is going to have its value to be 3 divided by sum of ratio, which is going to be 3 all over 10. You can still bring this one down to 1 all over 5 in its lowest term. This can be 1 all over 2 in its lowest term. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be substituting these values of A, B, C, which is half, 1 over 5 and 3 over 10 in this expression, so as to get the value of this expression. So whenever you see A, instead of writing A, you write 1 over 2. Whenever you see B, instead of writing B, you write 1 over 5. And whenever you see C, instead of writing C, you write 3 all over 10. So we're going to have now, this expression is going to be A, which is 1 all over 2, minus 2 times B. B is 1 all over 5. Divided by 3 into B is 1 all over 5. Minus C, which is 3 all over 10. If we simplify this expression, we get the value of A minus 2B divided by 3B minus C. So let's go ahead. In the numerator, we're going to have 1 all over 2 minus, if you open bracket, we're going to have 2 all over 5. That's the meaning of this. Instead of writing over, let's use the sign of division. If you open this bracket, you are going to have 3 all over 5 minus 3 all over 10. So let's simplify this and divide it by simplifying this. The LCM of 2 and 5 will give you 10. 2 divides 10 is 5 times 1 is 5. Minus 5 divides 10 is 2 times 2 is 4. Divided by, the LCM of this and this also is 10. 5 divides 10 is 2 times 3 is 6. Minus 10 divides 10 is 1 times 3 will give you 3. 5 minus 1 will give, 5 minus 4 will give you 1 all over 10. Divided by 6 minus 3 will give you 3. 3 all over 10. And this means 1 all over 10 times 10 all over 3. That's the meaning of this. When you change the sign of division to that of multiplication, you are turning or inverting the fraction that follows it. 10 can cancel 10, and this is going to leave us with 1 all over 3. That means that expression, A minus 2B divided by 3B minus C, has the value of 1 all over 3. As long as A is to B is to C is equal to 5 is to 2 is to 3. Assuming X is to Y is to Z is equal to 5 is to 2 is to 3. Find the value of 4x minus y is to x plus 2y minus z. This question is synonymous to question number 4 that we just concluded now. So begin to find the values of x, y, z from this 5 is to 2 is to 3, which is the ratio they are equal to. And how do you do that? X is going to be 5, which is representing x in this ratio, divided divided by sum of ratio, which is 5 plus 2 plus 3, which will give you 10. Y on its own is going to be 2 over 10. 2 divided by sum of ratio. Now Z on its own is going to be 3 divided by sum of ratio. Now begin to substitute these values for x, y, z into these expressions. You are going to get the value of that ratio in that expression. So we have 4 times x, 5 over 10, minus y, 2 over 10, is to x, 2 over 10, sorry, 5 over 10, x is 5 over 10. So we have 5 over 10 plus 2y, 2 times 2 over 10 minus z, 3 over 10. So if we should simplify this expression, we'll get the value of that ratio the question is asking for its value. So let's go ahead. Let's multiply first. This is over 1. This is over 1. 2 can divide this to give you 2. Divide this to give you 5. 5 can cancel itself. So we now have 2 all over 1, 2 all over 1 minus 2 all over 10. Is to, let's come here. This is multiplying this. You can cancel this, cancel this. So we now have 5 all over 10, this one, plus 2 all over 5. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 all over 5 minus 3 all over 10. So let's simplify now. The rest of this is 10. 1 divides 10 is 10 times 2 will give you 20. Minus 10 divides 10 is 1 times 2 will give you 2. Is so the rest of this other side is 10. 10 divides 10 is 1 times 5 will give you 5. Plus 5 divides 10 is 2 times 2 will give you 4. Minus 10 divides 10 is 1 times 3 will give you 3. 20 minus 2 is 18. So I have 18 all over 10 here. Is to 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 minus 3 is 6. So we're going to have 6 all over 10. What that means is we can reduce them to their lowest 10. 2 divides 8, 18, we give you 9. All over 2 divides 10, we give you 5. Is to 2 divides 6 is 3. 2 divides 10 is 5. So this is the value of that ratio 4x minus y is into x plus 2y minus z. That thing here is that you can see that 9 is being divided by 5. And 3 is also being divided by 5. You can cancel their denominators and that ratio will still be true if it is written to be 9 is to 3. You can still bring this down to their lowest 10. 3 divides 9 is 3. Is to 3 divides 3 is 1. So that ratio of 9 all over 5 is to 3 all over 5. It's something as 3:1. And this is the answer to that our question. Question number 6 says we should find the value of the ratio m:n if 4m is equal to 7n. 4m is equal to 7n. If 4m is equal to 7n, if you divide both sides by 4, you find out that m is going to be 7n all over 4. And if m is equal to 7n all over 4, when n is equal to 1, that means m is going to be 7 times 1 all over 4, which will give us 7 all over 4. That means the ratio can be 7 all over 4:1, where 7 all over 4 is m and 1 is n. If you don't want to leave it like this, you can try to make the two sides of the ratio a whole number. And if you want to make 7 all over 4 a whole number, if you multiply 7 over 4 by 4, you'll be left with 7, which is a whole number. What I mean, if you have 7 all over 4 times 4 all over 1, it's going to be something as 1 all over 1 times 4 all over 1. This will give us 7:4. So either this or this is the value of the ratio m:n if 4m is equal to 7n. Question number 7 says, evaluate the value of the ratio x:y, assuming 5x minus y is equal to 2x plus 5y. First of all, simplify this equation to find the value of one of your knowns. From there, you will proceed to find the value of the ratio x:y. So if 5x minus y is equal to 2x plus y, if you add y to both sides, you'll be left with 5x on the left hand side of the equation. It will now be equal to 2x plus 5y plus y. And this will give you 5x is equal to 2x plus 6y. Now divide both sides by 5. No. Bring 2x from the right hand side of the equation to the right hand side. You are like collecting lectins. You are going to have 5x plus 2x, leaving the right side to the left side, we change to minus 2x. And it's going to be equal to 6y. 5x minus 2x will leave you with 3x. It's going to be 6y. If you divide both sides by 3, you'll be left with only x on the left hand side of the equation. And the right hand side is going to be 6y divided by 3. And 6y divided by 3, which is going to be the value of x, is going to, let's have this thing up there. Because of space, the camera is already warning me that I'm treading beyond my boundaries. So what I'm going to have here then is the x is equal to 3 divided 6 will give you 2y. So if x is equal to 2y, when y is equal to 1, that means x will be 2 times 1, which is 2. That means the ratio X is to Y is the same thing as 2 is to 1. And that is the ratio. And that has brought us to the end of question number 7. Question number 8 says 10 kilogram of a brand of goods costing 1,800 per kilogram was mixed together with 5 kilogram of another brand of the goods costing 2,400 naira per kilogram. The question now is we should find the cost per kilogram of the resultant mixture. 10 kilogram of the substance or the goods that is sold 1 kilogram 1,800 was mixed together with 5 kilograms of another brand of the same goods costing 2,400 per kilo. In all now, that means we have 5 kilogram plus 10 kilogram. Now we are going to find out the cost of the two brands from the information we have. Now listen to this. 10 kilogram of the goods that is sold or that costs 1,008 per kilogram. So if 1 kilogram costs 1,800, that means 10 kilograms will cost 10 times 1,008, which is 18000, 18,000. This is the cost of the first brand of the goods. The second brand was 5 kilograms, and 1 kilogram of the second brand costs 2,400. 2,400. That means 5 of it will cost 5 times 2,400. And it's going to give us 5 times 0 is 0, times 0 is 0, times 4 is 20, raised to, times 2 is 10, plus 2, 12. So that means we have 12,000. That means now the cost of both brands that have been mixed together now is going to be 18,000 plus 12,000. That is the cost of the mixture now. 10 kilogram of the first, 5 kilogram of the second. And if we should add these two together, we have 30,000. 30,000 naira is the cost of the mixture of the two brands of that goods. Now the question is asking for the cost per kilogram of the resultant mixture now. It was 5 kilogram and 10 kilogram that were joined together to get 30 kilogram, 30,000 naira. That means the cost of 30,000 naira was a resultant of 15 kilograms. 10 plus 5. Now in this value now, if 15 kilogram gave 30,000 naira costing price of a goods, now what will 1 kilogram cost? That's what it means. So if 15 kilograms cost 30,000, that means 1 is going to cost 1 divided by 15 times 30,000 all over 1. 15 can divide itself to give you 1. 15 divided 30 is 2. Divide 0 is 0. Divide 0 is 0. Divide 0 is 0. That means 1 kilogram of such goods will cost 2,000 naira. And that is the end of question number 8. Question number 9 says, a boutique has 5 t-shirts of price 232 naira each. 3 of price, 3 t-shirts of price 220 naira each, and 4 of 160 naira each. Assuming the keeper of the boutique mixed the t-shirts together and sold each 200 naira, we are asked to find how much his gain or loss will be. B, his average loss or gain. He has 5 t-shirts of price 232 naira, 3 of price 220, 4 of price 160. The total price of all of them is going to be 5 times 230 plus 3 times 220 plus 4 times 160. Whatever it gives you, you keep it. That is the cost price. Now you come down and say, he's now mixed them together and sold each for 200. That means 200. The number of t-shirts now is 5 plus 3 plus 4, which is 12, times 200, and he sold each. That will give you the selling price. It now depends if the selling price is higher or less than the cost price for us to know if he gained or he lost. It's a very simple concept. Okay, let's start by saying cost price. The cost, we get it from 5 times 232. 5 times 232 plus 3 times 220. 3 times 220 plus 4 times 160. 4 times 160. Whatever we get is the cost of the t-shirts. So let's multiply. We're going to have 5 times 232. 1,160 naira plus 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 2 again is 6. So this one is 660 naira. Then plus 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 6 is 24. Raised to 4 times 1 is 4 plus 2. So we have 640. Now let's add them together. 1160 plus 660 plus 640. The total cost of the t-shirts is 2,460 naira. Now the selling price now, after they were mixed together, let's just say sales, is the number of the t-shirts, which is 5 plus 3 plus 4, 12, times the amount each was sold, which is 200. This is going to give you the amount the t-shirts were sold. So let's multiply. 12 times 200, 2,400. So look at the cost price and look at the selling price. You can see that the selling price is below cost price by 60 naira. That means the man lost by 60 naira. If cost price is higher than selling price, that means the trader had made a loss. But if the selling price is higher than the cost price, that means the trader has made a gain. So the loss he made is 2,460 minus 2,400, and it's going to give you 60 naira. You made a loss of 60 naira. Now question number B. So this is question number A now that I have answered. Then B. Question number B said, what is his average loss? Now the loss is 60 naira. Average loss is loss divided by the number of items from where the loss was made. The loss divided by the number of items from where the loss was made. So in this case now, average loss is going to be 60 divided by the number of goods, 12. 5 plus 3 plus 4, 12. That is going to give us 5. 60 divided by 12 is 5. So the average loss is 5 naira per head of the t-shirts that was sold after they were mixed together. Question number 10 says 2 brands of beans costing 860 naira per kilogram, and another costing 770 per kilogram were mixed together in the ratio of 2:1. For every 2 of the first one, there is a mixture of 1 of the second one. That is the meaning of 2:1. They were asked to find the cost of the mixture per kilogram. It's a very simple question. If they were mixed in this ratio, 2:1, that means for every 2 of 860 naira owned, there is 1 770 naira owned. That means the mixture now, the cost of the mixture now is going to be 2 times 860 plus 1 times 770. 2 of the 860 because of 2 in the ratio, and 1 of the 770 naira owned because of the ratio is to 1. So this is going to be the cost of the mixture, the resultant mixture now of the 2 brands of beans. So let's multiply. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 8 is 16 plus 1, 17. So we have 1,720 for the first brand. The second brand, anything times 1 is 30. So we have 770. So if you add these two things together, you're going to get the price for the mixture. 1,720 plus 700, giving us 2,490. So this is the cost or the price for the mixed beans now. The price for the resultant mixture of beans. Now the question says we should find the cost of the mixture per kilogram. Remember, 860 was the kilogram of 1 of the first mixture, and you have 2 of it. And 770 was the cost of 1 kilogram of the second brand, and you had 1 of it. So in total now you have 1 plus 2 kilograms in this mixture. That means 1 plus 2, which is 3 kilograms, has this price, 2,490 naira. Now, what of 1 kilogram? As the question is asking for, what is going to be the price? Simple direct proportion. When 3 is 249, 2,490, 1 is going to be 1 all over 3 times 2,490 all over 1. Whatever you get here will be the cost of 1 kilogram of the mixture. 2,490 divided by 3. 830 naira. So 830 naira is the cost of 1 kilogram of the resultant base mixture. So from that question now, the cost price is 90 naira, the cost of the undiluted acid. The selling price is going to be 24 times the sum of the ratio. The sum of the ratio is 6 times 24. So the selling price is going to be 6 times 24. Your calculator is going to give you 6 times 24, 144. 144 naira. Now again, selling price minus cost price. 144 minus 90 minus 90 is giving us 54 naira. So the gain there is 54 naira. Now gain percent. Gain percent is going to be gain divided by cost price, which is 90 times 100 all over 1. $540. That is 54 times 10. 540 divided by 9, giving us 60. So the gain percent is 60%. Assuming a copper compound is made up of 32 parts of copper, 16 parts of sulfur, 32 parts of oxygen, 45 parts of water. Calculate the mass of the elements in 4.5 kilogram of the compound. The compound is made up of this part of copper, this part of sulfur, this part of oxygen, and this part of water. That means the total parts that made up the compound is total parts 32 plus 16.